All right, folks, back on the Bossman show, front of the show, Coach Kevin Broadus, Morgan State Bears, and the me at that 4-3. Coach, good to talk to you. It was a tough night last night, but glad to talk to you this today, man.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Anytime, Coach. Coach, I know you wanted to win last night against standing those boys, but I know that you probably look at the free throws and say, man, we made some free throws, we could have won that game. It was crazy. You had opportunities late, but at least you can teach to the guys now with this, hey, look, we had to execute late game better than this. If you make some foul shots, we won't be in that predicament.
Absolutely. Foul shots, rebounding, and we gotta it was a right now my head's spinning. Yeah, we gotta make a free throws. We gotta get a shot up. We had 3 opportunities to get it, and we didn't get a shot up. I mean, turnovers killed us at the end, but hey, I take my hat off to Stan and them. They played a good game. They figured out how to pull it off at the end, and we got to grow from this. We got to get better.
No doubt, Coach. What's good about it, Coach Broadus, is like, hey, these are things that you can actually correct. These are correctable things. They're not something where it's like it is what it is. You can go back and practice this week and correct this, get ready for Saturday and Monday again, because as you say, this time is February now. Every game has even more. So every little detail is magnified now this time of year.
It was self-inflicted. Everything that happened last night, we put it on ourselves, and we just got to grow from this and get better.
No doubt, Coach. And for you, man, he had a competitive non-conference schedule, Coach Broadus, and before you had the MEAC play, seeing different styles. Talk about how important that was for your team to, get out there in that non-con and compete in those MTEs and against other teams from other conferences and get wins and play people tough and show what you're all about.
Oh yeah, it's very important, get the experience to play on the big stage and playing against like opponents to see where you stand with, the same level opponents. It's a good mixture. And this year we had some games at home, which was even better. So, we learned a lot of things from it. Now, hopefully we can grow and get better as we go into the month of February to wind down the season.
No doubt, Coach, you're 10-3 at home. And like you said, a lot of time HBCU basketball, it's hard to get home games and then in the non-league play. So let's talk about how important is your administration allowed you all to have home games and not have to go play money games every game on the road and get some confidence that way.
We still played our share of money games, and, it is what it is. That's what we signed up for. But it was great to have some home games, and hopefully we got to learn now how to win on the road, because that's the most important thing now. Coming down to the end of the league play, we got to be able to win some games. We go down to North Carolina, South Carolina, we go down to Norfolk. So we got to figure this out quickly.
No doubt. And Coach his coach, like you can't really drill late game scenarios in practice way like you do in live action. So talk about how important for this growth process for your team to be able to go back on film, look at these things, and kind of say, if we do this, we can win the games, like a block out, a rotation, things like that. Because this time, like you said, on the road, winning close games on the road is very paramount. Then we go to the scope and tournament, got to win close games there too. So how important is to play really drill in clutch game scenarios?
It's very important. I mean, preparation now is key. Our guys got to be locked in, and we got to understand you can't get these games back like last night. I mean, we were right there 12 seconds with the ball down one, or 17 seconds, and we couldn't get a shot up. I mean, that's all preparation, when you in practice BSing around and not taking it serious, or not every day coming focused and locked in. But, our guys, I think after the game, the hurt, if you really cared, it really hurt last night. And I think I saw some guys really cared. And hopefully we can grow from this and get better and win the next one on the road.
And Coach Broadus, let me ask you this, man. What you all playing Saturday, Mondays, I know you're off today because it's a Tuesday, but how do you work that practice week? Do you maybe throw in some stuff for Central as you get ready? Or it's all about SC State until then?
I'm different. Everyone is different how they prepare. We put a lot into winning the first one. Then the second game, it's all for one game prep. I mean, you treat it like a tournament. You never know who you're gonna play in the tournament. you put your game plan together, and just hopefully the guys, carry it out. And they carried it out for most part last night. We just couldn't get over the wall at the end.
No doubt, coach. I'm asking this man, with the new way college basketball is, you have a new team every year. You pretty much JUCOing it up. So how important is it if you're allowed to have these guys on campus summertime, then when you get there in August, kind of build that camaraderie, build that bond, see what you guys got?
Well, it's very important because you got to build chemistry. You got to do a lot of things. You got to build chemistry off the court as well as on the court. So they got to build chemistry with the coaches. So summertime is very important. It's just a 12-month, cycle. It's 12-month job, 12-month, dedication. It's not just the 3 months, 4 months you play. This is a year-round, thing that you have to deal with, every day, 365 days a year, 24/7. And it's very important.
And coach, it's very important also about relationships too, and having guys who you believe in, who you know and vet, and who believe in you. And I kind of call it speed dating, coach, and in that portal season in the spring. So how do you kind of navigate kind of knowing a young man's true intentions, his agenda, before you say, hey, we want to have you here, Morgan, say, to be part of our program?
Well, every individual is different. Every situation is different. I mean, we look at everybody in different lights. It's like a puzzle. You got to put a puzzle together, and you got to make sure all the pieces fit. And we just hope we get the right pieces. And, with today's landscape of college athletics, you just don't know what you're getting a lot of times, because a lot of times when kids are leaving a place, they're leaving for a reason. Some of them have problems, and don't believe you're going to change them, because when they leave with their problems, they're bringing their problems to you. So you got to understand, this is a whole different landscape. So you got to walk delicately, and, you got to be able to individualize everyone and make sure that everyone fits your needs.
No doubt. And coach, how do you combat this piece of it, coach? Having other guys recruit your guys while they're on your team.
Say that again?
Like, how do you combat other guys recruiting your guys who are pretty good on the roster with you right now?
Yeah, we had a kid we lost last year to our starting center. I mean, it happens. I mean, what you going to do about it? You just, hey, you don't be bitter, you be better. You just try to make sure you live your life right and don't do like some others, and just try to make sure you have the right fit. Because, in today's landscape, everyone has the same objective, to win. Everyone wants the best player, but, everyone doesn't do things the same as every other operation program. But, they're going to recruit your players. We understand that. So we just got to make sure that, we get the right ones, and, keep the right ones, and keep it moving.
And coach, you got looking at your stats, man. You got multiple guys in or near double figures. You got some options there, man. So talk about having optionality offensively, where the defense can't just key in on a couple of guys and scheme that. They have to look at everybody you have, and y'all sharing the sugar, making everybody eat, so everybody keeps them engaged defensively as well for you. I know that's very important to you.
We have recruited some really good offensive players, and we got some that on the team that doesn't play as much. Their time will come. If not this year, next year. So, we've been fortunate. Now we just got to get the right mix of guys to have the same common goal to win the championship.
No doubt. And what you said, coach, is very important, like you said right there. And you're shooting the ball with 35% from three. They probably want to be a little bit higher than that. But I talk about that piece of having that optionality on out there from downtown to make shots, and make defense have to really defend the whole court. I just pack the paint and force you to say, hey, we'll let you shoot those shots.
Yeah, well, a lot of teams don't like to play against our system, so they're going to play a zone, and we get it. So we got to make sure we got guys to make shots. And so far, we haven't done a great job, but we haven't done a bad job either at it. And we just got to keep getting better. Yes, we shoot 35, but from the field, we probably shoot one of the highest percentages from the field in the league, and we're probably the highest scoring team in the league. But now we got to get better defensively. So it's a whole mixture. We just got to get better overall.
No doubt, coach. And what's good about your system is you can still run man principles against zone, and still get them in conflicts, and still use the ball screen coverages and this and that.
Absolutely.
So it's fun. Your system is great because you can throw zone at you, but we're gonna still run our stuff against your
Run
zone
our
stuff.
stuff. I heard somebody yelled out the play last night, and they say he going so. So I told the coach, said we got to do something. I said they can't stop it, so let's just run it, and we got to where we wanted.
No doubt. And I think that's something young men understand. It's because you see a zone don't mean you can't run your stuff.
Exactly.
I think zone freaks out young men sometimes. Like, nah, you still run your man stuff in zone. It's screen us up, get in the middle of the zone, make it collapse, and do what you're gonna do.
You're 100% right. Can't argue that. You are 100% right.
And you know, Coach, I know you want to get turnovers down for you guys. Talk about valuing the basketball, man. Like we talked about a little bit at the beginning of the show, but making young men saying when you got that basketball in your hand, the whole program's in your hand. That's what my dad, who's a coach, would say. He said, when you get the ball, the whole organization in your hands. So talk about that piece. Make sure they ain't live ball turnovers. If you turn up,
that's the biggest thing. Live ball turnovers, the ones that kill you. And last night we were down in turnovers to the end. We lost our focus, man. We just couldn't get the ball to where we was trying to get it at the end. And you know, just we got to get better at that. That's simple. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and blame, point fingers. We just got to get better, and our guys know it. So you know, we can't have those type turnovers at the end.
And Coach, basically talk about rebounding, man. You know, determining how many guys you can send the crash in and get back on defense as well. So talk about that piece of it offensively rebounding, about sending how many you send the crash the boards and versus getting back so you don't get burned transition as well.
Yeah. Well, you know, on every different game, it's a different philosophy, who you're going to crash on, who you're going to send guys back. It's personnel driven based. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we don't have the same mentality. Some teams do, some don't, but we don't do the same thing against every team. Some teams are weaker when it comes to that. Some teams are more stronger. So, you know, we were doing well early rebounding, and then we just got out of character. Everybody was just, you know, trying to do their own thing. So we're corrected. Trust me, we're corrected. If they want to play, they're corrected.
No doubt, Coach. And I know defense is very important to you. Talk about having those active hands, creating those steals defensively, having your right rotations. If we know what we're doing, we're going to heads, we're going to ice it, we're going to, you know, two-time and what we're going to do with it. So talk about making sure you guys discipline game plan-wise, know what we're doing defensively, but also while we're doing it, having active hands, but having talking as well, so we know what the hell we're doing. You know, defensively.
Yeah. I mean, Kyron Oliver is one of our better defensive players. I mean, he had like 4 big blocks last night. And, you know, the communication is part of the defense. People don't realize that. Guys that talk helps the other teammates. So, you know, defense is huge for us. The communication, the rebounding, the block shots, the, you know, switching, everything is monumental. And we don't take none of it lightly. So we just got to get better at the in-game situations.
And Coach Broadus, let me ask you, man, offenses have changed throughout basketball, getting more spacing. How has it been for you, a guy who defense, to kind of come up with schemes now for all the different offensive styles we have now that how people want to play, and knowing you defensively can just find a scheme to stop it or limit it? Can't limit it to what way you can get the shots that you want them to get.
It's all personnel driven based. You know, who you playing against and who you got out on the team. And last night they had 2 good guards, and the thing was, then the forward really hurt us last night. And, you know, I thought we handled the guards pretty well, but we didn't handle that forward who had 30 last night. And we got to get better at that. You know, that's all preparation, you know, paying attention to detail and scouting report. You know, we got to take it more serious. And once we do that, I think we'll take off.
No doubt. And Coach, a young man from the town I live in, Cameron Hobbs in Stockbridge, Georgia. Talk about that young man and his growth for you, man, and seeing what he's been doing for you the last 5 games especially.
Well, he's been playing really well. He had a period. He's playing really better on defense. He's really scoring the ball well. You know, teams are starting now to gear up against him. But he's still, you know, like take a few ill-advised shots last night. But for the most part, you know, he's the engine that's making it, you know, the car, the truck move. So we got to keep going to him, and hopefully he keep playing at a high pace and a high level.
No doubt, Coach. You got 2 tough this week down in South Carolina with Eric Martin and LaVelle. I know those guys you've seen multiple times. So a big week for listeners who don't know about Eric and LaVelle's teams. What should they expect this week when they watch you all play on ESPN Plus and cheer for you for this weekend?
It's going to be tough. You know, all games are tough in the league, and the season is winding down. You know, two good teams. We're all in the same boat, 4-3, tied for third. You know, and it's just one of them type things. You know, we got to come to play. It's a road game. There ain't no excuses. You know, we all. I think the first time around, well, I know South Carolina State beat us here. And then we beat North Carolina Central here. So they'll both be good games. We just got to come out on the victorious side. So we're looking forward to it. We'll be back in the lab on tomorrow to get ready, and hopefully, we have good things come out of it.
No doubt. Third brothers, I hope we're talking again in March, man, after you win at the scope, man. I hope that's
My
what we
man,
do.
that's the plan. That's the plan.
That's what we doing. I always love doing our chats, man. I love you, what you're doing. I appreciate you joining the show after a tough night. I appreciate you sitting on the toe, man.
All right, brother. Stay in touch, and good luck with the show. Have fun. Stay safe, and look forward to talking to you in March.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Coach.
My man.